equipment you need is 2 large stainless steel pots with lids, large perforated spoon, a long metal spatula, knife, a strainer or colander with right size to suspend across the smaller pot, a thermometer, cutting board, gallon ziploc bag, a small spoon and a small bowl, a medium-large mixing bowl, measuring cup, spoon, and towel. For the ingredients, you'll need a gallon of whole pasteurized milk, water, 1 ounce of buttermilk, a quarter teaspoon of chloride, calcium chloride, which is optional, a quarter teaspoon of liquid rennet, and a half or 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. Fill the larger pot with a little less than half full with water on the stove. Set the smaller pot inside the larger one that has water and pour the milk into it. Warm the milk to 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius. Add the buttermilk to the milk, which is the culture, by mixing 1 tablespoon of powdered buttermilk and 4 tablespoons of water. Make sure to adjust the temperature as needed. If it is too warm, turn off the heat and don't cover the pot. You could also add a little ice in the water if it's really warmer. Cover and hold the temperature at 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius an hour. If you decide to use the calcium chloride, it's to help the store-bought milk to set a better curd. You can find it between $5 and $10 online, and then you can add it now after your hour of wait is done. Dissolve a quarter teaspoon of calcium chloride in 1 tablespoon of non-chlorinated water. Add the mixture to the milk by pouring it onto the perforated spoon or ladle and stir well. To coagulate the milk, we need rennet. In our case, we are using a quarter teaspoon of single-strength liquid rennet diluted in 2 tablespoons of cool in non-chlorinated water. But if you choose to use vegetarian rennet and crushed, you can use a quarter tablet mixed in 2 tablespoons of cool water, which is non-chlorinated. We can find rennet online for between $5 and $10 or home-make the vegetable ones, and link in the description box with nettles or thistles. Add the rennet mixture by pouring it through the perforated spoon or ladle to help splatter it across the milk. Stir the milk up and down for about 1 minute. Then stop the motion by holding the spoon still on top of the milk. When the milk is still, cover and let the milk set quietly for 45 minutes. Before cutting, check for a clean break, cutting a slit on top of the curd and lifting the curd. If the curd is ready, the slit you cut will continue forward, leaving a clean edge opening. Cut the curd into around 1-inch pieces. Cut vertical columns first. Turn the knife after at an angle to cut down the curd in diagonal shape through the top toward the sides. Then cut horizontal columns. Try to cut the pieces as even as possible. It will not be all even size, and it's okay. Let the curd set by covering for 5 minutes at 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius. Start raising the temperature slowly, aiming to reach 100 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit or 38-39 degrees Celsius within a 30 minutes period. With a perforated spoon, stir the curds from top to bottom gently and cut the large pieces left small. Adjust the heat accordingly. Keep stirring up to bottom for 30 minutes. Add an extra 15 minutes and keep stirring. Let the curds settle for 5 minutes. Fill about half of the gallon plastic bag with the warm whey water, about 98 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius, and set aside. Press gently for a few minutes the curds to the bottom of the pot with the back of your hands until a solid mass is formed. Scoop out the mass in the strainer colander. Press it well with hand on top and hand under the strainer to keep it as a mass and strain whey. Set the colander on top of the pot, level to the whey without touching it. If the whey touches, remove some. Insert thermometer into the curd, cover and rest for 15 minutes at 98 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. If too warm, you can empty some water from the larger pot and add ice. Cut the curd mass in 2 pieces. Stack the 2 pieces on top of each other. Cover and let it set for 15 minutes. Switch both pieces and stack them again. Place the filled gallon bag put aside on top of the slabs. Insert thermometer and keep restacking every 15 minutes, about 6 to 8 times. It's more firm when it takes longer. Keep temperature around 98 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius.
Can I try?
Okay.
Don't put it in the bag. Just kitchen timer and do that. Done.
Place the pieces of flattened cheese on the cutting board. Cut strips of about 1 inch wide and pieces of 2 inches long. Place the curds pieces in the warm strainer or colander. If the pieces are too big, resize by cutting it small. Sprinkle about half of the chosen amount of salt on. Stir for a few minutes. Set for 10 minutes and cover. Allow salt to absorb. Add the rest of the kosher salt and stir well. Let the curds cool down at room temperature and stir a few more times. The salt continues to absorb. Once there's no more salt, it's May God bless you and your food. Praise the Lord. Bon appétit.